One of the questions I have received is it worth becoming a yoga teacher? I think this question is fascinating, and I'd like to dive a little bit more into it with you on this video. So depending on where you are in your yoga journey, you might be thinking about next steps or looking into yoga teacher trainings. And perhaps you're wondering to yourself, is it actually worth becoming a yoga teacher? And I have a lot of thoughts on this that I thought it would be interesting to share with you so that you can help to make the best decision for yourself about your next steps on the yoga path. This question to me feels like it has two sides of an answer. First of all, is it worth it financially? Like, will you actually make money and a living as a yoga teacher? And the other side is it worth it spiritually? Will you receive the spiritual, emotional, psychological, moral, ethical benefits of teaching yoga? So I'm going to dive into it from both of these lenses. Let's start with the financial piece, and I'm going to give you some cold, hard facts here. If you are teaching yoga in a studio, as many people have for a very long time, on average in America, the full-time yoga teacher makes $35,000 a year. It's a lot of hustle for a little scratch. Because what full-time yoga teachers do is teach probably between 20 and 25 classes a week. And of course, you're teaching classes when people are off of work, so you're teaching them in the morning or after work and on the weekends, leaving your free time during the days when people are usually at work. If you have a family or people around you who work those hours, you're likely going to be working when they're off, and that can be a source of conflict. You're also normally driving all over town to teach at various different studios, putting a lot of miles on your car, and with a lot of time on your hands before classes, after classes. In any case, being a full-time yoga teacher at a studio or at different studios is hard work, and the average income is 35 grand. This is not a lucrative career, and those are the cold, hard facts. What I will tell you is I lived that for a decade and a half, obviously because I'm very passionate about yoga and it is my calling and my purpose, and so I went for it. However, everything changed when I moved my business online. And this is what I would encourage you to think about and eventually to do if you do become a yoga teacher. This is a way to actually create your own community, your own students, your own studio, if you will, without the overhead of a bricks and mortar location. It gives you the ability to charge appropriately for your work and bring the money directly into your pocket as opposed to splitting it with a studio. This enables you to make a much greater living, and I've seen this occur in my online business academy for yogis, the Upward Facing Business Academy, where I train yoga teachers to bring their business online specifically for this purpose, so you can reach a wider audience, so you can scale your work, so you can create more impact with your students, but also so that you can earn a living and earn your true value as a yoga teacher, because teaching yoga is valuable. You're giving people the important connection to a spiritual practice that is going to change their lives and make their lives better. And you know that because it's probably made your life better, which is why you're sitting here with me. So that brings me to the second element of this question. Is it worth becoming a yoga teacher? And I will say unequivocally yes. Being a yoga teacher is extremely rewarding. Not only do you get to immerse yourself in the practice and continue to live the life that you have dreamed and imagined, to immerse yourself in your calling, your passion, your purpose, you get to bring that work to others. And there's nothing more rewarding than that. It is absolutely worth it. But what I will say to conclude is that we need to match this intrinsic value with an external value. And in my 2+ decades of experience, the way to do that as a yoga teacher is to bring your work online. Now, this doesn't mean you can't teach in a yoga studio. Of course you can. But to own your role as a spiritual leader and to know yourself essentially as a small business owner, bringing your work online helps to bridge this question, is it worth it, both intrinsically and extrinsically in terms of our actual income. This is how we do it. So if you're interested in moving down this path and want to know more about bringing your work online as a yoga teacher, I have lots of resources for you. I'm going to link to some of those resources below, including a social media guide to get you started in creating your community online, as well as a mini course that is pulled right from my Upward Facing Business Academy, and an info session that tells you more about my Upward Facing Business Academy. We've got everything that you need to take your work to the next level and not only be valued yourself, but to bring your value to the world around you and to the students that you work with. So, good luck on your next steps, and I'll look forward to bringing you even more information on how to be an incredible yoga teacher right here on this channel. So make sure that you subscribe.